Next question. Expected returns on two stocks for a particular market returns are given in the following table. Market return is 7 and 25. Return on the aggressive stock is given to us 4 and 14, and for defensive stock it is 9 and 18. You are required to calculate beta of two stocks. That is the question. Please go through the question, all of you. Let us have understanding that say how to calculate the beta over here. For security A, I am giving explanation to you. Listen me carefully. RM is given and the return of the security A is given. RM is 7 and 25. Return of the aggressive stock A is 4 and 40. Listen me carefully. What you can do, we can have a simple working like this over here, that beta is indicating what is the percentage change in the required rate of return with say the change in RM. The return increases to 40 from 4. So what is the change? Change is 36. So the return is changing by 36%. Return on the market portfolio increases from 7 to 25. So what is the change? So the change is 18. So it is 25 minus 7. This is the way we can compute the beta for the security A. It is 2. So this is the way we can compute the beta for the security A. At the same time, we can do answer with an alternative method, that is required rate of return is equal to RF plus beta into RM minus RF. So we understand, let's say when RM is 7%, at that point of time we can say that the required rate of return is 4, RF plus beta, which we do not know, into RM is 7. Okay. Return on the market portfolio is 7. At that time the return from the security is 4 minus RF. Okay. So what will happen, it is 4 is equal to RF plus 7 into beta minus beta RF. This is equation number 1. Okay. Another is RM provided to us in the example as 25. So what will happen? RM is 25. In that case, the required rate of return is given as 40. 40 is equal to, instead of 4, it will be 40. RF plus beta that we do not know. RM is 25 minus RF. Okay. So what will happen? It is 40 is equal to RF plus 25 beta minus beta RF. This is equation number 2. Okay. Now equation number 1 and 2 will be compared with the change in sign. So I'm writing the values of the equation number 1 with the change in sign. So minus 4 minus RF, okay, this positive will become negative, minus 7 beta and plus beta RF. So what will happen over here? It is, say beta RF is getting cancelled, positive negative, RF is getting cancelled, positive negative. 40 minus 4, that comes to 36. 25 minus 7 is 18 into beta. So again you can compute that, so the beta is equal to 36 upon 18, that is 2. This is also the way you can have, so the computation of the beta, which is of course acceptable in examination. However, going with the comparison between the both the methods, we can say that say surely method number 1 is say simple in comparison to the second method. So write down both the methods. Now for security B, again we can have the same working. For B security, we can say that so the beta for the B security is change in required rate of return upon change in RM. Over here we can see that say 18 minus 9 upon 25 minus 7. So 18 minus 9 is 9 and 25 minus 7 is 18. That comes to 0.50. That is the way the beta can be calculated. Next question. What is the expected return on each stock if the market return is equally likely to be 7% or 25%? So we understand that's the answer for the C question. Calculation of expected return from A and D. Let us see how to find the answer. The question says that there are equal chances. So I am assigning probability 0.50, that is 1 by 2, 0.50, that is 1 by 2. For security A, the return is provided to us as 4 and 40. Assigning x variable to it. So probability into x, 0.5 into 4, that is 2. 0.5 into 40, that is 20. 2 plus 20, that comes to 22. And for security D, return, I assign y variable to it. The return is 9 and 18. It is probability into y. So 9 into 0.5 is 4.5. 18 into 0.5 is 9. So the total is 13.5. That is the way so the mean return is calculated. So this is the expected return from both of them, considering that the market returns has equal probability. Now C part of the question is important in my opinion. The C part of the question says like this, that SML security market line, if RF is 7.5 and market return is equally likely to be 7% or 25%. Let us have understanding that say how to do answer for the C question. First of all, I am just say giving explanation to you, and for that say you just write down a working note. Very simple working note number 1, calculation of M bar, that is expected return on the market portfolio. It is 0.50 into 7 plus 0.50 into 25. So it is 3.5 plus 12.5. That comes to 16%. So we understand that so the return on the market portfolio is 16%. Okay. Now, as far as the security market line equation is concerned, security market line equation will be formed in this way. Required rate of return is equal to RF plus beta into RM minus RF. That's it. Risk-free rate of return is given to us in the example as 7.5%. So this is 7.5 plus what is beta? Beta is 16. I'm sorry, plus beta. That will be kept in form of a variable. What is RM? RM is 16 minus 7.5. So friends, we just have to form this equation. 7.5 plus 16 minus 7.5 is 8.5. So it is 8.50 into beta. That is the way the required rate of return is, say, for that, so the security market line is formed. We just have to form this equation, and this is what, say, we understand is answer of this question. See, the question says that, say, SML stands for security market line if risk-free rate of return is 7 and market return is likely to be equally both 7 and 25. When we had done very first question with respect to the CAPM, at that point of time, we had drawn this diagram of security market line, in which we understand that, so this is RF, this is like the beta of the market portfolio, which is 1, and this is RM. So we just have to, say, draw this, we just have to form the equation, and that is, say, what the security market line equation. So please write down this answer. And why do I consider this to be an important question? The reason for that is that many a times the students are not aware that, so this is the answer which they are expecting, that is institute is expecting from you. That is the reason I believe that, so this is an important question. Next question is, you are required to compute alpha of the two stocks. Now, dear students, for the purpose of making calculation of the alpha, we require the information about the X bar and we require the information about the required rate of return. As far as the second part of the question is concerned, in that, say, we already have made the computation of the X bar. For the purpose of calculating the required rate of return, we require the information of the RF, beta and RM. These three information are required. What is risk-free rate of return provided to us in example? RF is provided to us in example as 7.5%. Next is RM. RM is again what we have recently calculated in this equation. And as far as the beta is what we have computed in the first part of the question. So whatever the values that, say, we already have calculated, say, these three questions, taking all of them into account, we are required to find answer for the fourth question. So write an answer for the fourth question, D part of the question. In that, working note number 1, calculation of required rate of return. How it will be found? It is RF plus beta into RM minus RF. This is a simple formula. Risk-free rate of return is 7.5 plus beta that we do not know. RM minus RF is 8.5. Okay. Now this answer will be divided into two parts. In a way that says security A and security D. So it is 7.5 plus, as far as the aggressive stock is concerned, its beta is 2. And for the defensive, it is 0.5. So this is 2 into 8.5. So 7.5 plus 8.5 into 2, that comes to 17. So the overall it comes to 24.5. For the D security, it is again 7.50. Plus, what is beta? Beta is 0.50 into 8.5. So 0.5 into 8.5 is 4.25. So that comes to 11.75. This is the way we will be having the required rate of return. Next is alpha. Alpha will be found as X bar minus the required rate of return. Again, it will be calculated for both the securities. It is for security A and security D. We already have made the computation of the mean return, friends. It is 22 and 13.5. So here it is 22 and this is 13.5. Minus required rate of return is 24.50, and over there it is 11.75. So 22 minus 24.5 is negative 2.5. So we understand that as far as the security A is concerned, it should be sold. Why? Because it has negative alpha. 13.5 minus 11.75. So it is 1.75 positive. So we understand that, say, if at all the question says that, say, you are required to take a decision with respect to buying both the securities, then for security A we will deny that you should not buy, and for security D we will advise that, say, you should buy the security. Why? Because it has positive alpha. Let us have summary of the entire answer. In the first part of the question, we are required to find beta. For security A, we have done answer by both the methods. Of course, the first method is quite simple, wherein we can understand that, say, with the change in the return on the market portfolio, what is the change in the return of the security? Taking that into account, we can compute, so, the beta. Then again, that is, say, similarly we have done, so, the beta for the D security, that is defensive security. Then expected return, say, based on, that is, say, considering that 50% chances of both the returns. So we have made the computation of the A bar and we have made the computation of D bar. In the third part of the question, first of all, return on the market portfolio is found, that is M bar, and we have formed security market line equation. Next is the calculation of the required rate of return, and for that, say, we are required to form the security market line equation. That is, say, using that, say, we can make the computation of answer. As I told you that, say, this is, say, an important working. The reason behind that is only that I believe that, say, many a times, say, you may not be aware that, say, this is the answer which they are expecting, say, us to write. Next is the required rate of return using CAPM, and based on that, say, we compute the alpha. If at all we are required to write answer, that's what that is investor should do, then the answer is very simple. Security having negative alpha, we should sell it, and positive alpha, we should buy it.